Hello everyone. In this session, let's discuss the highlights of the Bankruptcy Code, which is a new law enacted in 2016. Indian banking industry in the recent past has been in crisis as the bad debts are piling up at banks. Almost 10 trillion rupees of loans are stressed, and freeing up this money is crucial for the banking sector to run its business. Bankruptcy is a legal status usually imposed by a court on a firm or individual unable to meet the debt obligations. Being bankrupt is a state of inability to repay debts to creditors. Bankrupt entity is a debtor who has been adjudged bankrupt by any adjudicating authority like the National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT for companies and limited liability partnerships, and the DRTs for individuals and partnership firms. Today, bankruptcy proceedings in India are governed by multiple laws, namely the Companies Act, SARFAESI Act, Sikh Industrial Companies Act, and so on. The entire winding up is also very long with courts, DRTs and the BIFR, that is the Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction, all having a say in the process. There were in fact several laws to deal with the insolvency of the companies. This multiplicity of laws has been a problem in the way of banks failing to recover their loans. DRTs are dealing with a backlog of 4 trillion rupees worth of cases. These were less than 20% of the cases taken up by various channels such as DRTs, Lok Adalats and SARFAESI for the last 3 financial years. The Bankruptcy Code streamlines and consolidates all these and makes the process simpler. It attempts to create a formal insolvency resolution process for businesses either by coming up with a viable survival mechanism or by ensuring their speedy liquidation. The law can ensure quicker resolution of the bad loan problems dogging PSU banks. The law accepts that the business ventures can fail and allow entrepreneurs to get a fresh start. Quick resolution of bankruptcy can ensure that the capital is not frittered away on weak and unviable businesses. The government introduced the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Bill in November 2015, drafted by a specially constituted Bankruptcy Law Reforms Committee (BRLC) under the Ministry of Finance, and now the Parliament has passed the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. The code creates a new institutional framework consisting of a regulator, insolvency professionals, information utilities and adjudicating mechanisms that will facilitate formal and time-bound insolvency resolution process and liquidation. Let's look at the key highlights of the code. 1. It seeks to consolidate all existing laws. Secondly, it specifies a time frame 180 days after the process is initiated plus a 90-day extension for resolving insolvency. The new institutions created include: number 1, insolvency professionals who will conduct the insolvency resolution process, take over the management of a company, assist creditors in the collection of relevant information and manage the liquidation process. 2, insolvency professional agencies who will examine and certify these professionals. Third, information utilities which will collect, collate and disseminate the financial information related to the debtors. And fourth, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, a regulator that will oversee these new entities. There are 5 stages under the new law through which the resolution process must pass from the time a company files for bankruptcy. When a loan default occurs, either the borrower or the lender approaches the NCLT or DRT for initiating the resolution process. To initiate an insolvency process for corporate debtors, the default should be at least 1 lakh Indian rupees or 1495 US dollars. The Bankruptcy Code proposes 2 different stages. 1. Insolvency resolution process. It is a process during which financial creditors assess whether the debtor's business is viable to continue and the options for its rescue and revival. The defaulting corporate debtor, its shareholders or employees may also initiate voluntary insolvency proceedings. Second, liquidation if the insolvency resolution process fails or financial creditors decide to wind down and distribute the assets of the debtors. The creditors appoint an interim insolvency professional (IP) to take control of the debtor's assets and company's operations, collect financial information of the debtor and constitute the creditors committee. The committee has to then take decisions regarding insolvency resolution by 75% majority. Once a resolution is passed, the committee has to decide on the restructuring process that could either be revised repayment plan for the company. If no decision is made during the resolution process, the debtor's assets will be liquidated to repay the debt. The resolution plan will be sent to the tribunal for final approval and implemented once approved. The code does not elaborate on the types of revival plans that may be adopted, which may include fresh finance sale of assets, haircuts, change of management, etc. The bankruptcy code is very critical for improving the business environment and alleviating the distressed credit markets. With this, let me wind up with a session on bankruptcy code. Thank you for watching.